I first want to commend Mark Vanderpool and Jeff Pohorsky and everyone in the administration for drafting a superb ordinance. This was not a simple task. I know they did a lot of research. They looked at ordinances from a lot of the cities and looked at a lot of the evidence as to why, how we could do this in the best way, the most effective way possible to achieve the goals of having a non-discrimination ordinance in the city. They've crafted a document that addresses the gaps in our civil liberties, how to practically enforce these new civil liberties, while also being cognizant of certain needed exceptions like our religious institutions. Change on an issue like this is not supposed to be easy. We walk tonight in the footprints of giants, of those in history who have fought for something that was bigger than themselves and their own interests. This is our opportunity as a community to stand up and say, we want to leave the past behind and embrace our future. There are many important reasons for us to pass this ordinance. First, as Councilman Taylor indicated, we need to do it because it is simply our job to protect all of our residents, and that is currently not possible under current law. We have thousands of residents who, without this law, are subject to discrimination based on who they are. Furthermore, it is our duty to protect those that work here and visit here to make sure this is a safe and welcoming city for all. Second, passing this ordinance is in the best interest of our city as a whole. The passage of this ordinance will send a positive message to the region that this is a great city, a city you can call home, a city you can open a business, a great city to work in, and a great city to visit. This ordinance is in the best interest of our homeowners and their property values, for our commercial property owners who are looking for new tenants, and for our businesses who are trying to attract top talent from other regions of the country. We will be a better city with this ordinance. Finally, and most importantly, this ordinance should be passed because it is simply the right thing to do. 10 or 20 years from now, these civil liberties will be part of our national lexicon. But those generations who come after us will remember that we did the right thing when it was not the easy thing to do. We have been taught since grade school that in our country, we judge each other based on the content of our character. We are judged based on how we treat people and whether we make good choices. And that if we work hard and play by the rules, we can achieve anything. In Sterling Heights, the American dream is achievable for any child, whether you are gay or straight, or any of the LGBT classes. And I wanted to address a couple of things and tell a couple of quick stories. First, on the economic side, I just wanted to share just a little bit of factual evidence as far as the business community is concerned. You know, it is true that there is a business, there's actually a couple businesses that do not support LGBT rights in their company. But we have about, what is it here, we have 89 Fortune 500 companies that are in the city of Sterling Heights. Out of 89 Fortune 500 companies in Sterling Heights, 85 of those companies have strong LGBT right protections for their employees. Furthermore, I wanted to tell a couple of quick stories. One is a story of a woman that I met, and to me it really crystallized the issue for me. It was a mother. She's straight. She's married to her husband for 40 years, something like that. She lives in the city of Sterling Heights. And she told me that she simply wants her son to be able to come home. She wants her son to come home and live in Sterling Heights. She wants to be able to see her son, to visit with her son on a regular basis. She just wants her son to come home. Her son is living in another state that has strong LGBT protections. He wants to move to Michigan. He wants to move back to Sterling Heights. He's got a great job at one of the big three. Very easily could come back home and get a great job, actually get a promotion if he moved back home. But he said to his mother, why would I do that? Why would I come back home to a community where I don't know if I'm going to be able to buy a house? I don't know what protections I'm going to have in that city. I'm not safe. I'm not welcome. Why do I want to live in a community? Why do I want to live in a state like that? And so his mother told me, I support this because I just want my son to come home. And you would hear that story from a lot of people, because this doesn't just affect the LGBT community. This affects all of us. Another story I just want to tell really quick, just a little funny story. After work, my day job, I got changed to come to the meeting, and put my pants on and got ready to leave my house, and I had something in my pocket, and I reached in. I'm like, what the heck is that? And it was some stamps, some U.S. Postage stamps, and they're stamps 4 different kinds of stamps, and this is what it says. One stamp says equality, next stamp says justice, then freedom, and then liberty. And to me, those are that's the cornerstone of who we are as a nation. And if I ever needed a reminder tonight of why this is important, I found it in my pocket. And I guess my last story is on the religious freedom issue, because that's been brought up today. I grew up in New Baltimore, Michigan. I went to Catholic school at Immaculate Conception for 4 years. Then I went to St. Augustine's in Richmond for 4 years. I then attended De La Salle High School. I have been an active member of St. Malachy's Parish. My wife is on the parish council. I've been an altar server during my life. In fact, I've served Mass at the shrine in Washington, D.C. I am a devout Catholic. It is a very personal thing for me, my relationship with God and with Jesus. And I could make a very strong argument, quite frankly. I've said this to people. Why are you so passionate about this issue or these types of issues? And I say I'm supportive not in spite of my religion, but because of it. But you know what? That's not reason to support this, because somebody could make an equal religious argument from another perspective, from another religion, or from another perspective of Catholicism, and we could go back and forth, and we could have hundreds of years of wars like we've had over our history. That's not the point. This is the right thing to do because of fairness, because of justice, and because of equality. What makes our country great, not because of my religion. And I just want to thank my fellow council member, Mr. Taylor, and I also want to thank the other council members. I hope you support this measure tonight, and hopefully look forward to passing this in a couple of weeks. Thank you.